Welcome to a short enablement session on TwixRiva. So TwixRiva is our tool to integrate Salesforce and Xero together. Here in my Salesforce org, I've already connected Salesforce and Xero. I've done my setup, my base setup, which is essentially setting all the default values when you create bills and invoices. I've also been through the matching of the accounts. So all my Salesforce accounts have been matched to the Salesforce account. And finally, I know that the information has been synchronized correctly. So now that I've done my setup, I can now have a look at my Xero contacts. So the Xero contacts integrate automatically. And you can link a Xero contact to a Salesforce account. What it does as a result is from the Salesforce account, I can have a look at financial information such as the total amount that's been invoiced, total amount outstanding, the amount overdue for that customer. And I also have a Xero tab that allows me to see, again, financial information coming from Xero, the revenue by month, the invoices that we've raised to that customers, the credit notes that we've raised with that customers. And if it was a supplier, I'll be able to drill down to the bills as well. So let's drill down into the invoicing process. If I want to raise an invoice from Salesforce into Xero, I've got lots of ways of doing that. I can map invoices to custom objects or to opportunities. What I'm going to do now is create an invoice for this specific customer. I'm going to do it manually by drilling down into the invoice related list and clicking on New. I now have access to the invoice screen. I can enter an invoice number, or I can leave it blank. I'm going to choose the relevant branding. And I'm going to start adding the items that I want to sell. So, large t-shirt, 2 of them. And also this item code, and just one is fine, at a price of 50. Once that I've got this information, I can click Save. Let's see what it does now. This invoice has been created in Xero. Let's tab into Xero. I'm going to click on Draft Invoices. And I can see that on the 9th of July, an invoice has been created for $385. That's the one I'm interested in. It has been created as a draft, but you can also set it up to create an approved invoice. I'm going to approve that invoice. And it's now added into Xero. And let's see what it means, Salesforce. So if I go back to the invoice tab, I can see this invoice here, 164, authorized, and I can see all the relevant information. I can drill down to that invoice, and it will open a custom screen to display the relevant information. I can open that invoice directly in Xero, and it will open the link. But I can also download the PDF directly from Salesforce, and it looks exactly the same as if it was generated by Xero. So if you're in customer service and a customer is asking you for a copy of an invoice, you can do it straight from Salesforce. Now, let's apply payment to that invoice. Let's say this invoice has been paid now to the bank. And we add a payment. The payment will be synchronized with Salesforce. And here we have the payment automatically associated with the invoice in Salesforce. And we can see that the payment has been synchronized with Salesforce. The amount due is now 0 and the amount paid is now 385, so there's no outstanding balance for that invoice. You can generate invoice from any custom objects or the opportunity or standard objects. There is a mapping behind the scene that can be created. Similarly, I can go back to my account, and if this account was a supplier, I could also enter supplier invoice directly from Salesforce. here it is. But this time, this is a supply invoice. You can still enter product if you want to, but here it's just going to be a service. Marketing service. 2 hours at $150 an hour. And we can save that invoice. If we now go into Xero, we can go into the bills. And again, we're going to see a draft bill here that accounts payable can approve and code to the correct account. And approved. So with TwixRiva, you can synchronize your invoices, your payment, your accounts, your supply bills, and also your product as well. So this is a quick overview of what TwixRiva can do for your business.